Welcome to podcasts. Today we will be talking about what podcasts are and how we can access them. So, first off, what are podcasts? Podcasts are a lot like talk radio. They come in thousands of different genres to choose from, and they're typically in a series, meaning that one podcast will typically stick to one genre of topics to talk about, or they could have a series of podcasts about one specific topic or event. Um, they're made for download on smart devices, so you can download them on any of your smart devices like cell phones or iPads or laptops. There are many apps where you can download them for free. Some apps do require subscriptions, but there are plenty of free apps that you can use. What is the purpose of a podcast? Podcasts typically talk about important current and past events. Um, Many deeply explore and investigate different events and issues that have happened around the world. Lots of podcasts come in a series of episodes, so they actually can have a lot of time to fully investigate what they are talking about. There's new content very often released, so there's always something new to listen to. Here are some good free websites and apps that you can use on smart devices to listen to podcasts. There are many free podcasts on YouTube that you can use. There's also a free feature on Spotify that you can use for podcasts. Google Podcasts is another really good site to use as it is also free. Pocket Casts is a good app for smart devices as well as Castbox, and Apple Podcasts is a very good resource for listening to podcasts, but it is only available for Apple devices. Here are some really popular podcast genres like the news. News around the world is a very popular podcast genre, as well as sports and true crime. There are a lot of true crime podcasts that will investigate cold cases or unsolved cases. Um, there are also podcasts for hobbies, so any hobbies that you might be into, like knitting or gardening or even cooking, there's lots of podcasts to give you tips and tricks and even help you along the way. There's plenty of comedy podcasts that are great to listen to when you need a little chuckle. Here are some local podcasts that are worth a listen and I personally enjoy myself. Shedding Light is a podcast that spreads awareness on missing persons cases across Canada. NBPL, the North Bay Public Library, they host workshops and discuss books in their podcasts. They host workshops on how to become a better writer and honing your writing skills, as well as discussing books. Ontario Today is a podcast across Ontario where they discuss local issues with call-in guests. And another podcast, The Podcast, they talk about current sports events and current issues going on in Canada or around the world. Here are some other great podcasts to give a listen. Beautiful Anonymous. They share uplifting and funny stories from anonymous callers across the world. Bear Brook investigates and brings attention to old cold cases that otherwise might not be getting the attention they deserve. Believed podcast discuss current news events and political issues. Personal best, this podcast helps individuals to improve their bad habits in humorous ways. Throughline, on Throughline, they discuss historical events and how it impacts us in current times, as well as how we can avoid repeating these same mistakes.